some portions of it. And there shall be a cabinet whose functions shall be to advise the president in the government of Sierra Leone, and which shall consist of the president, the vice president, such ministers as the president may from time to time appoint. And then, of course, there's section 2. A person appointed as a member of cabinet shall vacate his seat in the cabinet if he ceases to be a minister, president directs. Mr. Speaker, we would propose a renumbering of this particular section, but with the inclusion of a new subsection to read that in appointing ministers under subsection 1, as of section 59, the President may give consideration. The President may give consideration as far as practicable to a. No, I said may, not shall. The President, in appointing ministers and deputy ministers under subsection 1, the President may give consideration as far as practicable to a. the political diversity of Parliament, b. the regional and district balance of the Republic, c. gender equity, in line with what will now read at section 35, a subsection under, provides under section 35, and then d. the inclusion of minority groups. We would propose the inclusion of this subsection under section 59. Mr. Chairman, honorable members, this is important because it is our firm belief that government across all sectors should reflect the diversity of our country, should be inclusive, and should be representative of the people. And we believe that in addition to the requirement that has been made of Parliament, I'm including this for the President's consideration in constituting his cabinet or cabinet, will be a significant step towards achieving the goal of inclusion, participatory governance, and the diversity of our country. I so submit, Mr. Chairman, honorable members.
You are my boss. No, you are my boss. Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, many things are not clear in what the minister is proposing, and we are making laws. There are certain ambiguities that must be laid very bare. Two things: one, he quoted me, and what I pushed for was a shall, a mandatory clause on 30%. That if we have 30% in Parliament, I believe we have capable women in Sierra Leone that can address, that can fill in every given opportunity. So if he's quoting me, I wanted to be quoted right, that I said shall. The other thing he mentioned when it comes to the issue of appointment is in proportionate to the configuration of Parliament. You know, I have said it is good we come clear with our intentions and we try not to cover up and create a situation as if we on this side are not thinking. What we are doing here, when you speak, we listen, we think, we process at the same time. We are not begging for a power sharing situation. And if we said no to it before now, we still stand to say no to it. If the situation of regional balance, the president should do everything possible to have a regional balance in cabinet, correct? But if you tie that to proportional, the configuration of Parliament, tell us clearly you want to propose a PI at the executive arm of government. If we accept as a people of Sierra Leone, we accept. If we don't, we will not accept. But
So what is debatable?
What is debatable is the position he has made that first of all, I want him to be clear with what he said, which is not clear. I am sure most people who are here do not understand what I am understanding.
Sorry, I'm trying to explain again. Hold on, Mr. Minister. Yes, Honorable Daniel Kuba. Yes, Honorable Daniel Kuba.
Mr. Chairman. Hello.
Yes, proceed.
Mr. Chairman. I think
Honorable members,
we had a meeting in the Speaker's office based on the directives on the first day of sitting. And of course, ourselves and the Attorney General, we agreed on this issue. But I have got a rethink. Yes, I moved it. You are right, sir. We agreed on this issue. But my problem now is that, for me, I agree with him, but not on Section 59. Earlier, I agreed on Section 59, but now I've got a rethink. Because Section 59 is limited only to cabinet. That is one. So I'm suggesting a rephrase of the opening paragraph, but standing on Section 61 instead of 59. Because Section 61 covers both cabinets, ambassadors, commissioners, board members, director generals. It covers everything within the president's power. So it's like saying, in exercising his authority under Section 61, the president may, we agreed on that may, because even in the GUE Act, the clause there is may. In the GUE Act, we agreed. Although if I had known at that time, I would have disagreed. But unfortunately, it was too late for me. So it is made in the GUE Act. So that is why the exercise of presidential authority to appoint 30% of women, we still agree on May. But if the GUE Act is scoring more votes, even under May, I think we can continue to score that vote. But we don't want to limit it. GUE Act limited it to only elective positions. We want to include now appointed positions. But Section 59 limited appointed positions of cabinet only, while 61 covers all. So I'm suggesting that we rephrase, but we stand on Section 61 instead of 59. That will cover everybody, and that will be good for women.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Geba.
Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, hold on briefly.
Mr. Chairman, honorable members, two issues. First to Honorable Abdulkarim Kamara, just to make some clarification. My reading of this.
Hold on, Mr. Minister. I said Honorable Geba. Are you not debating anymore?
No, I'm debating.
Please hold on.
Why can't you say hold on? Thank you, Mr.
Hold on, Mr. Minister.
Mr. Speaker, I am sure this idea is a welcome idea, even for those that we represent in this House, hearing the Attorney General for the very reasoning of it. Every Sierra Leonean will warm up to this idea that what was mentioned by the President during the last state opening of Parliament, that the proportional representation be extended to the executive arm of government, be something that we think of. And like my learned colleague has said, I will agree with him as well, but that it could still fit in Section 59. that if you are introducing it in section 59, you can still spell out ambassadorial positions. Because section 59 is also dealing with the appointment of ministers or the power of the president in exercising his powers in appointing ministers and the like.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
if he is suggesting the inclusion of ambassadorial, what about board members? What about director generals? What about the executive secretaries? Section 61 covers all that in the opening paragraph.
It's all right.
That is one.
It's all right. I please give the minister 1 minute to just respond to this.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman, honourable members. Just to say, to clarify, in reading out this proposal, there was no use of proportional, apart from the President's call for genuine dialogue. And so the reading of it in relation to Parliament, I did not say proportionate. I said in appointing ministers and deputy ministers, the President may give consideration as far as possible to the political diversity of Parliament. I didn't say proportionate. Those were not my words. But just to say, Mr. Speaker, honourable members, we take note of the intervention made by the deputy leader of the opposition, and this is to note that we will agree in entirety that this provision that we seek to introduce in the Constitution be put under Section 61.
I totally agree. Not 59 or 61. I totally agree. No, don't debate that, please.
No, I am not debating that.
Don't debate that.
No, he has quoted me. No, that's the issue.
I'm quoting you. I'm quoting you.
No, it's not quoting me, Mr. Speaker. We are making a law.
It's all right.
And he's saying,
It's all right.
let's not be
Do you know why I'm stopping you? Because of relevance. We are not here for whether it's quoting you or not. We are dealing with the provision.
Thank you. And that is what I have a problem with.
No, your argument is not relevant to the proceedings.
No, it's not all relevant.
Because of whether it's quoting you or not.
I am, Mr. Speaker.
Don't refer to quoting you.
No,
refer to the provision.
That's exactly what I'm
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, the minister is very clever with presenting this issue. And he has come very clear that the president can appoint in line with regional balance, which is correct. But if you tie that to the configuration of Parliament, it signifies political parties in Parliament and their strength. So we are saying for national balance, which is what we seek to address since the starting of this constitutional review, let us limit the appointment of president to reflect regional balance, which is just an address of all other issues. Because even when you talk about political steering in Parliament, the political parties are a configuration of the country. So if you say, for example, each region should have equal representation on cabinet, it surpasses political representations at parliamentary level. That's just my position.
It cannot be equal representation of the region. Mr. Minister, what do you say? Before
Mr. Speaker, I don't see how this is. You use one not to the exclusion of the other. If you say, even without this provision, the president is free to set up a government or make appointments reflecting the regional balance in the country or the political diversity. We basically will just say it's an issue of may, not an issue of shall. It's something that the Constitution will encourage the president to consider. The political diversity of Parliament, if the honourable member feels so strongly about it, we could change Parliament to country, and then the regional balance, gender equity, etc., etc.
Is there anything wrong with regional balance? Is there anything wrong with that? Are you okay with regional balance?
So it is there already under B, say regional and district balance of the Republic.
Okay.
But we
regional and district.
Yes, but the A part of it is the political diversity. of Parliament.
No,
That will be for
hold
members.
on. As long as regional and district balance.
And then of course,
in addition to that, even if you mention, the representation in Parliament, all those are not issues for debate.
that's why
Because you have given, hold on, because you have given the discretion to His Excellency the President, then you don't have to limit him. Don't limit him.
Mr. Speaker.
Let me state one point. Honourable members, let me state this point. Let me state this point for all to understand. The office of the President should be a very powerful office in the Republic. Should be a very powerful office. Let's not make this law, because we perceive, we have this perception that somebody else is in power. Make this law, put in yourself. It might be you tomorrow. APC is certainly going to come to power. Another political party is going to come to power. SDP is going to come to power. It is for all of us. NGC will come to power. UNDP will come to power. It is for all of us. Of PDP. You might have PMP. Any political party has the potential to win power. As a nation, we should make the president very, very powerful. Because it is the president that must take critical decisions. Not, with the kind of perception to say, it's because we are not in power, we have to limit the authority of the president. No. We are not making this law for any political party. We are making this law for any president that will belong to any political party. We have flag bearers all over the place. They are flag bearers because they have this belief that they will win elections and become president. They too will not support a thing where you seek to reduce the power of His Excellency the President. I will not sit here as speaker to allow the position of the president to be watered down. It's a very serious problem. Somebody has to be in charge of the nation. Somebody has to be in charge. Somebody has to have supreme executive authority. We cannot create a lame dog president. We cannot create a lame dog president where if he needs to do anything, he has to consult Mr. A, consult Mr. B, or he has to take permission from there. No. We cannot create that kind of president. Yes, leader of the opposition.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, I agree with you. I agree with you on this. Mr. Speaker, I agree with you on this because we don't make laws that relate to the president's authority. That is why we are saying, according to what he has just read, it means the president will be bound to appoint him according to the strength of Parliament. The representation should reflect the parliamentary strength. And we are saying that
the use of the word may is discretionary. It's may.
Yes,
not shall.
Yes, let me answer. Mr. Speaker, there are not, for example, the current configuration of this parliament shows that there are only 2 political parties in parliament. It means if this law was active, it means the president was just going to consider 2 political parties and leave all the other political parties. So we are saying if there is regional awareness in that very law, let us stop it at that. Let us not bring it to parliament, because we'll be limiting the powers of the president to appoint.
The mention of parliament, if I understand what he was trying to say, the mention of parliament is just one of the options.
So
just one of the options, not the entire option.
No, if you read what he says, it's the mandatory option among the other options.
Read that one again.
If there was all,
hold on, read that one again.
Mr. Speaker, the proposal reads as in appointing ministers and deputy ministers. Now, of course, we move to section 61. That changes. The president may consider as far as practicable.
Yes.
A, the political diversity of parliament and national excellence.
That's one option.
But, Mr. Chairman,
That's one option.
Mr. Chairman, honourable members, we will be fine with removing A and putting and then we will not do this to me in making appointments. Then of course we will agree that this moves to section 61 to cover all the appointments, basically the constitution of the government. But then to now read as President considered as practicable, and the regional and district balance of the Republic, gender equity, we will want to keep that in there, and then inclusion of minority groups should now be appropriate among considerations. Thank you.
So are we okay with that now?
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, Honorable Tamakeli.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, I question the utility of introducing such an uncertainty. Mr. Chairman, let me read for you verse 59 bias. It says,
we are now dealing with 61.
Yeah, no, but
not 59.
Yeah, when it comes from that, because the same illogicality from
we have moved away from 59.
Yes.
We are now dealing with 61.
I understand that.
Yes.
But Mr. Speaker, the President, under the President Constitution, has a discretion. It says, may such other minister. Any President with a modicum of common sense would know that after the election, he would want to constitute a cabinet that represents every part of the country without anybody telling him. Because his political strength will depend on that. If the people of Kono vote for the president, he will know that you have to have the minister from Kono. Is the people of Kabbalah. Do we need to put this in a constitution, plot an important document like this?
This is a document of national unity. We are trying to create a document of national unity.
And then keep political participation.
So that is why that one is very relevant.
So
that is why it's relevant.
So political competition is really what this is intended to keep. Party competition.
Kelly, where are you taking that argument?
I'm taking it to the point I'm making. Our constitution is based on the ability of individuals to organize themselves into political parties and compete for political power.
So how do you kill political competition by that provision?
By poaching, because this is really what they are saying. Go to the other side and poach.
And you think you don't have members of different political parties in the regions? Don't you have APC people in other regions or SLP people in other regions? So please, Honorable Tambakeli, I think you are over-sophisticated for this. Yes, we proceed. Yes, are we done with that? I think this one is not contentious. Also, we are done. Also, yes, Honorable. One more. The rendition. Yes. Mr. Minister, can you do that now?
Speaker, honourable members, noting that this now moves under section 61. Section 61 reads, subject to the provisions of this constitution or of any act of parliament, the president may constitute offices for Sierra Leone, make appointments to any such office, and terminate any such appointment. We will now move what originally read as in appointing ministers and deputy ministers will now read in making appointments under this section. The president may give consideration as far as practicable to A, the regional and district balance of the Republic, B, the gender equity in line with section 35, whatever the provision section just equity. Okay, gender equity. So we say A, regional and district balance of the Republic, B, gender equity, C, inclusion of minority groups.
That's so powerful, eh? Very powerful. My AG, you have made my day. That's so powerful. Yes. This is my best provision. Very okay. Not so easy. Yes, so we go back to page 14 also.
Yes.
Page 14.
Page 14, Mr. Chairman.
Yes. Yes, Honorable Chief.
I raised an issue before you adjourned. I just want to know whether it was accepted or not. I only had Honorable Debao saying RE and then you adjourned.
Which one?
The city. So it had to do with deleting subsection 8 of section 54. Of page 14.
Oh, okay. What is that?
So it was saying delete subsection 8 of 54. That is clause 11.
Clause 11.
Clause 11.
We delete the entirety of clause 11?
In clause 11, in the 2 paragraphs, we only deleted the word president because it was dealing with the vice president, so we deleted president because that was what was done.
So what do you suggest?
So in this one, it says you repeal and you replace the subsection. And when you look at the Constitution, 54.8, 54.8 is dealing with other conditions that will lead to the removal of the vice president that are mentioned in section 50 and 51. For instance, insanity of mind, physical health, and 51, which deals with misconduct. So if you delete subsection 58, you delete subsection 8 of 54, then you say whether the vice president is mad, is physically incapable, or he's conducted himself in an improper way, he still continues to remain.
No, that's not the impression.
No, well, let's read it.
No,
Okay, Mr. Chairman.
There is a proviso there that talks about the application of 50 and 51, just after.
No, okay. Okay, Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
Please be patient with me.
I'm patient.
Okay. So now, 11 says, subsection 8 of section 54. I want to refer you to section 58 or 54. Subsection 8 of 54. Let's look at the Constitution. It's amended. Yes.
Hold on. Hold on.
Mr. Speaker, you're my classmate.
Yes.
Remember that too.
Yes.
I don't just jump for it.
Yes. Yes, you're right.
Thank you.
You're right.
So it should not be.
You were almost defeated. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for being very stubborn.
Well, it's been the same way for me.
So yes, AG.
So instead of repealing it, amend it by the addition.
Mr. Chairman,
Do a rendition.
yes, we will do a rendition of that. We will still propose that we keep the proposed the revised section 8, but then as an addition. So we'll keep, yes, so that will be section 8 in the current in the current section 54. We'll move to income section 9. Yes. If we have proposal for that, we know the new section 8 comes before the current section 8.
The new section 8 becomes 9.
Yeah. But anyways, the broader principle is we keep the current section 8, but then we include in the proposed section 8 as an addition, and then we will implement it. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, I think that's great. Page 14.
Page 14, Mr. Chairman. Page 14, talking about the amendment of 76(1)(a). But here, pay close attention to the ministers.
You have talked a bit of.
From the debate, there were discussions, and I raised that of if the diasporans can make their investment here, They should not be limited to executive and legislative participation.
Hold on, honorable members, can I appeal to you? My appeal is that we allow diasporas with certain conditions. We allow them. This is a passionate appeal from Mr. Speaker. That we allow them, but we put certain conditions under which they can contest.
Mr. Speaker.
Yes.
I want to join you in this. These are brothers and sisters. Some of them have even contributed to the development of this country. So I'm also sharing the same
and I'm sure the leader of government business is 100% in support.
Mr. Leader, just 1 minute. I don't want us to limit their participation of being ministers of government. I want us to extend it to becoming members of parliament as well.
Yes, the leader of government.
Mr. Chairman, thank you for opening our eyes for a sensitive issue of such nature. And the debate, some of us did not mention 76 deliberately to see how members are taken. For some members, we talk about 76. So what you have done as a presiding officer, you have made a plea to all of us to consider looking at the way things have changed, transformation, contributions to Sudan after the interregnum, so many things have changed. So for me, I am positively supporting it with some caveats. The caveats will come and we accept one are we going to do the amendment.
So can we agree on the conditions?
Yeah, we are not coming. He will lead us. The minister has some he will prefer.
Yes.
But let me make my first clear submission. Anybody that has to do with the presidency, that's why it's a bar. The president, the vice president, and those who are going to seniorly to the scene, acting in the capacity of the president when the president is not around, or the vice president, the speaker, the chief justice, and even sometimes by extension the deputy speaker can be involved. So we are going to put a ring around those things.
Now we TV, yeah. Now we TV, yeah. Now we, oh, yeah. Magic TV, not TV for you, not TV for me. Magic TV, not TV for you, yeah. TV for we all, Magic TV, not TV for you, not TV for me. Magic TV, not TV for you, yeah. TV for we all. So twin 'em, we are reality meets fantasy. Twin 'em, we give you the best, no discrepancy. So twin 'em, we are reality meets fantasy. Twin 'em, we give you the best, no discrepancy. Magic TV, we get all the quality now. Oh no, Channel 38, we care about the sports. Entertainment's 9, they not the least. We not talking about good news, yeah. If we love with TV now, so we move on, we get all the quality now. Now we TV, yeah. Now you TV, yeah. Now you, oh, anytime you need them, yeah. They're available for you. Magic TV, not TV for you, not TV for me.
I'm Victor Tutu Rogers, a media practitioner. We look for Magic TV.
I'm Sheikh Hussein Yassin. I always watch Magic TV on channel 38.
I'm Muhammad Momo Sisi. I always watch Magic TV on channel 38.
Trouble just lay down Safuna corner. Yanga go weka. Stay glued to Magic TV on channel 38. Magic TV for you, Magic TV for me. Me when I bored. Me when I want nobody salon. When I want nobody world. Pinch me, Magic TV. Catch me, Magic TV. Magic TV for you, Magic TV for me on channel 38. Please don't touch the dial.
TV, not TV for you, not TV for me. Magic TV, not TV for you. TV for we all. Magic TV, not TV for Big Man. Now we TV, yeah. Now we TV, yeah. Now we, oh, yeah. Magic TV, not TV for you, not TV for me. Magic TV, not TV for you. TV for we all. Magic TV, not TV for you, not TV for me. Magic TV, not TV for you. TV for we all. So twin 'em, we are reality meets fantasy. Twin 'em, we give you the best, no discrepancy. So twin 'em, we are reality meets fantasy. Twin 'em, we give you the best, no discrepancy. Magic TV, we get all the quality now. Oh no, channel 38, we care about the sports. Entertainment's 9, they not the least. We not talking about good news here. If we love with TV now, so we move on, we get all the quality now. Yeah, now we TV, yeah. Now you TV, yeah. Now you, oh, anytime you need them, yeah, they're available for you. Magic TV, not TV for you, not TV for me.
Mina Victor Tutu Rogers, a media practitioner, we work for Magic TV.
Mina Sheikh Hussein Yassin. I always watch Magic TV on channel 38.
Mina Muhammad Momosise, I always watch Magic TV on channel 38.
Trouble just lay down Safuna corner. Yanga go weka. Stay glued to Magic TV on channel 38. Magic TV for you, Magic TV for me. Me when I bored. Me when I want nobody salon. When I want nobody world. Pinch me, Magic TV. Catch me, Magic TV. Magic TV for you, Magic TV for me on channel 38. Please don't touch the dial.
TV, not TV for you, not TV for me. Magic TV, not TV for you. TV for we all. Magic TV, not TV for Big Man. Now we TV, yeah. Now we TV, yeah. Now we
Very clear on the how. There are some additional safeguards I want to propose as well. Let's also bear in mind that whatever changes we are going to make now, amendments, they are going to affect possibly section 41, it will affect section 54, qualifications, section 56 to 60, 75 to 77, and also the third schedule, the oath. Now, the additional safeguards I'm going to bring up. First of all, they must disclose all foreign citizenship. It's very important. Yes, you are a citizen, but you must disclose that. Then, you also have to disclose any foreign public office or allegiance. I hope I'm not shouting. The problem here is let's go to I start sensing that already. We talk about significant foreign or financial interest. Now the question, I'm worried. What about the position of Chief Immigration Officer? The Chief of Defense Staff?
The IG.
The Inspector General of Police?
Yes.
In as much as we're ready to take this bold step,
No.
but let's try to find it. It's possible. It's doable. You understand? So let's look at it. This can safeguard, right? The 24 months preceding the election. So it's about how do we track some of these things.
Honorable, order. Proceed.
It's about the tracking. So again, we have to think big. That's why I cited the sections that will be affected. We'll come back to this condition. But I rest my case for now. There are many more that will come as fast as possible. No. Chairman.
Honorable Bokari.
No, you don't want me to stop?
With this guy. After Honorable Bokari, Honorable Ekeki.
Thank you, sir.
Then I will allow Honorable what is it? Kemokai. Yes, Kemokai.
Thank you.
All of you wait. All of you. Yes, Honorable Bokari.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, honorable members, I don't think we are asked to having our brothers coming back home to contribute to national development or state building. But what some of us want to protect is the national security of our state and the interests of our state. I guess a good number of us here have the opportunity to also go and stay abroad or overseas, but we made it. Go and stay abroad or overseas, but we made the decision to stay back and make our own little contribution to national development. So in as much as we'll be having our brothers and sisters coming back to make their own little contribution within the governance trajectory of our nation, I had the opportunity of having discussion with the chairman of the legislative committee, and I think he has a couple of those critical governance position we agreed on. And I just want to make addition to the list that just called out. My brother over there was talking about our finance, our monies, the bank governor. In addition to that, I think the office of the anti-corruption commissioner,
you block everything.
The auditor general, the deputy minister of defense. Yes, the commissioner general, the deputy minister of defense, and minister of general affairs. Those are key security sectors when it comes to protecting our national interests. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Honorable Ekeki.
Mr. Chairman, the Honorable Ekeki and the Chief Whip. Mr. Chairman, I think if we are making law, we must be open-minded about the law we make. We cannot stand here and say we are giving opportunities to our brothers who contribute their monies unconditionally to political parties, who pays their air tickets, their airfare to come here and register and vote in our elections. And Mr. Chairman, let's not forget that the period between registration and voting, sometimes it's 6 months, sometimes it's 3 months. So they are required to come, buy air tickets, come register. They will stay for a few days and they will go back to their country where they are staying, where they are working, and they would have to come back, buy another ticket to come and vote. Sometimes some of them even come during the campaign period. They will join us to canvass. They do that because they are patriotic. They do that because they believe that whatever citizenship that they may have acquired, they may have done that because of greener pasture and because they want to contribute to the financial state of their country. So, Mr. Chairman, if you are saying you are giving them opportunity to be a parliamentarian, what position is more sensitive than being a parliamentarian? You have total opportunity to see the entire state in its bare form. You examine the budget, you perform oversight, you do some appropriation committee. So if you say you are going to be member of parliament, you would have the power to rise to the position of leader of government business, or leader of opposition, or chairman of the public account committee. Mr. Chairman, even if you are not chairman of PAC because they say deputy speaker is tied, you are chairman of transparency. You cannot give them, like we say in our local parlance, you hold the hope, you give the cow, you hold the hope. Please, if we are tying it to the presidency, the vice presidency, the chief justice, Attorney General, let us allow them to come and not suffocate them with an opportunity as if they are coming to bed. They are Sierra Leoneans. These are our brothers and sisters. You see, we have lived in apprehension for too long, Mr. Chairman.
Why are we even disowning them?
Why are we disowning them? That's the point.
Why are we even disowning them?
Why? These are our brothers. They've gone out there. They can never be more patriotic to this country than any other country. So my submission is, let us limit the restriction and let us keep our minds open. 76(1) has been in our constitution for the longest time, not until the revered lawyer Francis Kabero raised it. But all of those people that have been serving during that period, when 76(1) was in our constitution and they hold dual citizenship, they have never tried to undermine the state. They have never created a situation to undermine the state. So let us be open and let us pass the law so that it will benefit our borders and our compatriots.
Mr. Chairman, I listened to the Deputy Speaker spoke eloquently and even made points for our brothers and sisters staying overseas. I don't want to repeat myself. I don't want to say thanks to the AG for bringing us to speed. We had this same provision in the 5th Parliament. We had so many discussions around it, but we were not able to do the amendment based on certain reasons. Today we have the opportunity to make the amendment. Definitely there are going to be caveats, but we want to do it with consensus, maybe with the paramount chiefs and my colleagues on the other side. So we can agree on certain caveats, but a caveat that makes sense to everybody, that is practicable in even overseas. In overseas, you can have dual citizenship, because if you follow the phrase supporting why proposing for us to do the amendment, they said in clause 14A, Roman 2, a citizen of a country other than Sierra Leone, having become such a citizen voluntarily or in order a declaration of allegiance to such country. We are mindful of that statement, but they are patriotic in Serbia, as you said, and we don't go over that. There are in countries like in America, as long as you have dual citizenship, you cannot be part of the police force. So we cannot say you cannot be part of the police force, but for example, the Inspector General of Police, we are talking about, as you said, for the Attorney General, that is another case, because as the General, the position of it, even in the Constitution, is secret. That's why the AG, when appointed, doesn't come to Parliament for approval. The nature of that office is very critical. So it's a matter of just all of us to give the responsibility to the Chairman of the State Committee to put something in caveat that we can agree. And as we talk about ordinary residents, we have taxes, local tax, NACIT, all of these things we can work on, so that it just can serve as what we have in the best practice. That one could be a way to appease certain people. I know my colleagues, before this time, all of us, we have been apprehensive about what will happen to our this, to that. But we are doing it in the true sense of the Sierra we have. The loving spirit we have for our country. So the spirit is this, that let us do this amendment, that we accommodate our brothers. During the interregnum, all of us, let's be honest, we are yearning to go overseas. And if overseas, as Honorable Uyata said, we are given the opportunity to naturalize, thinking about the time we were, the difficulty during the interregnum, and thinking about the maladministration for over 20-something years before the war. All of these things. So we need to have to rethink, to set our memories, to look at where we can go. By the time we reach here, we now have a discussion around the caveats that we put around the 76(1). So I advise Mr. Speaker that going into over and over, it doesn't make any sense to all of us. Let us agree, we move on, we come to it, having a caveat that will be a consensus caveat. I respect this, sir.
Okay, after Honorable AKK, then I will listen to you. Can you do something beautiful? Let's work on something beautiful.
Mr. Speaker,
yes.
Honorable Member. at every level. My first, I start with an appeal. Since this voting will be done under secret ballot, I appeal to my colleague MPs that for the sake of the progress of our nation, this particular one that has to do with 2C, let us vote for it and don't vote against it. But Mr. Speaker, my worry is when we put all the caveats, there is one we've not mentioned. What if the person has committed a crime from the country where he's coming from? Maybe rape, and he's been deported. Do we have a situation in the law, Mr. AG, that where we examine the criminal record of the person, where he's coming from, before allowing him to a kind of background check? No, I'm talking about being a member of parliament. You don't go to appointment committee to be a member of parliament. The police clearance is for internally in Sierra Leone. Can you listen to ourselves?
You see, Honorable AKK, you don't even need to worry yourself about that. The opponent will bring forth all of it.
No, Mr. Speaker, why do you want that in the law?
It's very powerful.
Mr. Speaker, you can read it.
I know what you're saying, Mr.
You can read it up, but it is not a
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Would there be a caveat to that effect?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, honorable members. I support caveats, just not to extend them so much. I'd like to provide some context with your name, Mr. Speaker. But to the point raised by the honorable member, we have already proposed language in this bill to disqualify persons.
Chairman, point of order.
Yes, hold on, Mr.
First, in every provision, sorry sir, if you want to build a house, you have to get a very good foundation. If you want to be in the world, you don't give the bricks the appropriate time to build, you have a collapse in the construction. You don't put the appropriate iron rod like they're measuring, you have collapse. So we have laid the foundation. Yeah? If you look at page 15 of the proposed bill, everything that my colleague on the other side has proposed is there. So what you are saying, I said, let us come to putting out in place in caveats. By consensus, reaching out to the other side, the paramount chief will have a document that will be accepted by all. But if you start to address it in piecemeal, I'm afraid, police on this other side, police on the other side, individual feelings. Let us take a break. We have something around it. We present it to all the groups, and we come here to agree. The consensus we need to have, we protect the interests of our states, as far as proposed. Already it is in the bill, talking about if you're a juvenile, you are busy. We are a nation of goodwill.
I agree.
Thank you.
I agree. We have government business. You know, the point is that we have all agreed in principle. All what we are looking at are the necessary conditions, and that's all the more reason why I told the minister to address us on some of these issues.
Yeah.
Because I think, Mr. Minister, hold on, they did have the opposition.
Yes, it's clear. They will all be guided by the same legislation.
Yes.
When we say they must not have criminal records, it will cover everybody. Regardless of where you come from.
Everybody.
The vetting process.
If the conditions for becoming a member of parliament will apply.
Yes, exactly.
All the relevant conditions will apply.
And just as the Deputy Speaker was saying, we should not be too restrictive over our brothers and sisters who are over there. We should not limit them. And one of the reasons for which he said Parliament is a critical arm of government. If you have allowed somebody to come to Parliament and make restrictions in other offices, that person will come to Parliament and change the law, change the restrictions that are created. So it does not make any sense. So to me, I am going to advise that we have our open policies.
And let's not go with the idea that we are electing presidents who do not know what they are doing. Presidents know exactly what they do. So let's not underrate our presidents. You think a president is going to take somebody with some issues related to his personality, and that president appoints such a person to a sensitive office? No president is going to do that. So let's not underrate our presidents. Yes, Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, honourable members, and thank you, Leader of the Opposition. I think you've addressed my concerns as well, and Leader of Government. To the point raised on criminal record, I will not go into that anymore, but I will just talk about the caveats, Mr. Speaker, honourable members. I agree with members of Parliament who have said we should not stretch this so much. We should not overstretch it. It will be the proposal of government that the restrictions be kept to the positions we have proposed. We have listed those offices that are in line, for the presidency. Mr. Speaker, honourable members, let's deal with some realities. This country has been through crisis before. We pride ourselves in being a stable democracy. Doesn't mean that the door is completely closed on what will happen in this country anytime in the future. But when we had crisis before, we brought in a Nigerian as Chief of Defence Staff. When we embarked on a reform process before, we brought in a British national as Inspector General of Police. But the examples go beyond Sierra Leone. Even without crisis, there are times when a country will genuinely want to benefit from the expertise of some person holding another nationality. Examples abound across the globe. Mr. Speaker, honourable members, the current Prime Minister of Canada, who was Governor of the Bank of Canada in 2008, did exceptionally well. The United Kingdom, of all places, hired him as Governor of the Bank of England, a position he held from 2013. Yes.
Good afternoon and welcome to News Around Africa on Channel 38, Facebook and YouTube channel. I am Esther Wilson. Scottish police are investigating a report of foreign athletes identified in the media as boxers from Uganda and Pakistan who failed to return home after competing in the Commonwealth Games that ended in Glasgow last Sunday. Police Scotland has received reports of several athletes who are unaccounted for, a spokesperson said late on Tuesday. Uganda's NBS Sports reported that 4 of the country's 6-member boxing team had gone missing ahead of the team's scheduled return home on Tuesday, and one of them told the broadcaster they plan to seek asylum. The Pakistan Today website said one of the country's boxers had also failed to show up for a flight home on Tuesday. Reports of missing athletes after Commonwealth Games have been common in recent editions, which have been hosted in Australia or Britain since Glasgow 2014. After the 2018 Gold Coast Commonwealth Games in Australia, authorities were still searching for 50 athletes and officials a month after the competition ended, while another 190 had sought asylum. Some 3,000 athletes from 74 nations attended the 11 days of the Glasgow camp. Nigerian President Bola Tinubu said after security forces rescued 39 pupils and 6 teachers who had spent 56 days in captivity, gunmen had abducted them from 3 schools in the Oriri local government area of Oyo State on May 15th. Their rescue brought immense relief, but it also exposed a deeper failure. More than 12 years after the Chibok abduction prompted Nigeria to make schools safer, dozens of pupils and teachers could still be seized from their schools and held for nearly 2 months. On April 14, 2014, Boko Haram kidnapped 276 schoolgirls from Chibok in Borno State in northeastern Nigeria. The attack captured the world's attention and became a defining moment in Nigerian history. It led the United Nations, global business leaders, and the Nigerian government to launch the Safe Schools Initiative (SSI) the following month, initially covering 500 schools in the northeastern states. The Oyo abduction, therefore, did more than bring school safety back to the top of the national agenda. It raised serious questions about what the initiative has achieved and whether protecting school grounds alone can keep children safe while a lack of security continues beyond them. On paper, SSI provides for school perimeter fencing, access control, and enhanced security infrastructure, as well as local guards and security personnel, community-based early warning systems, the relocation of at-risk students to safer schools, psychosocial support for survivors, and temporary learning centers in camps for internally displaced people. Olympic champion swimmer Chad Leclos says his home in South Africa was destroyed in a fire a day after he became the most decorated athlete in the Commonwealth Games history. Leclos said in a post on Instagram account that his apartment in Cape Town was one of several in the block to be gutted in a fire on July 30, while he was at the games in Glasgow, Scotland. The 34-year-old South African won a record 24th Commonwealth Games medal a day before the fire with a bronze in the men's 4x100 meter medley relay. On the evening of the 30th July, amidst breaking the all-time Commonwealth record, a fire started in my apartment block, which quickly spread to my home. Leclos posted late on Tuesday. Sadly, my home where I've lived for more than a decade burnt down and there is nothing left to salvage. He offered his condolences on the death of an elderly man in the apartment block fire in the oceanside suburb of Sea Point. He said the man had been his neighbor for many years. Leclos said his foundation would raise money to help other neighbors rebuild their homes. The athlete won gold in the 200-meter butterfly at the 2012 London Olympics and has won 4 Olympic medals and 16 world titles in total. Glasgow was his 5th Commonwealth Games, and he has said he plans to compete at the 2028 Olympics in Los Angeles, United States. Nigerian soldiers are to get a pay increase of up to 80%, their second salary increase in a month, for what President Bola Tinubu says is the government's deep appreciation of those battling the nation's enormous security threats. In July, the defense minister raised the monthly wages for privates, the lowest ranking soldiers, from $36 to $73. With the president's intervention, they will now receive $132 from September. It is part of Tinubu's efforts to curb violence from various armed groups, including Islamist militants and criminal kidnapper gangs, locally known as bandits. Last month, he ordered the recruitment of 28,000 extra soldiers and the creation of 4 new army divisions. Continuing insecurity nationwide has become a major political issue ahead of the 2027 elections. The kidnapped gangs, jihadists, and separatists wreaking havoc in Nigeria. Nigeria's president approves largest military expansion in recent times, announcing the salary hikes, The president raised the courage and sacrifices of members of the armed forces confronting the scourge of banditry, kidnapping, and terrorism. The men and women who help to keep us safe in our homes must be supported and appreciated in the course of their duties to our nation, he said in a statement. That is all we have time for on this edition of News Around Africa, and I'm Esther Wilson.
You see, what I believe in my words, and I believe in the way I identify with people. So this time I ain't going to say end of time is zero. I have said it, and I am contesting, and people know I am contesting. Whether it's any level, I will still come back. Even my chairman is Mr. Speaker, honorable members, context matters. I take the comments made by the leader of the opposition about reference to the Anti-Corruption Act. We will include that as amended. But the rationale, Mr. Speaker, this Parliament amended the Anti-Corruption Act to require persons employed in the civil and public service below a particular group to not have that obligation to disclose their assets. That also informed our thought process. But I'd like to give examples, Mr. Speaker, honorable members. Not so much for the soldier. Of course, I take that example as well for someone who has served. But I always like to give this example of a teacher or a health worker in Bikolo, or in Mongo, or in Thailand, someone who has served their community, and they carry the trust of that community. But of course, we know the conditions under which teachers in certain communities or in the country serve in this country, or health workers. But then, they are so respected, such persons are so respected in their communities, that these communities want to send them to Parliament to represent them. So what we are saying, Mr. Speaker, honorable members, with this provision, we're basically saying even someone at that level, a primary school teacher, who carries the trust of their community, and who that community wants to send to Parliament to represent them, we're saying that person at that level must resign and live in poverty for 12 months before they can come to Parliament. That would be, in my humble submission, absurd. I don't think that would have been the intent of the framers of this Constitution, and so it is our submission that such persons that work in the public and civil service below a particular grade be exempted from this law. That is it.
Yes, hold on. Okay, actual leader, I will allow the leader of the opposition, then the chief whip. Yes, leader.
This is a progressive parliament. It's a progressive parliament. If we are flexible enough to encourage our brothers and sisters who are still in diaspora to come and participate in the process, we should also be flexible enough for parties who are going to be part of it, who have contributed, they have worked, and we have persons who retire, let's say 6 months, 8 months to elections, who have served the civil service, the public service, 8 months to elections, and we are saying that person should not be given the opportunity to speak. Mr. Speaker, hold on, sir, let me just start. Mr. Chairman, let me land, please.
Yes. Please. Oh no, give me 1 minute. You know what? All those who want the loan to maintain the law as it is. Stand up. No, hold on. Hold on. All those who want the law maintained, the law that has to do with 12 months, just stand in your place, let me see. Those who want the law to continue as it is, they resign 12 months before election. Stand up, let me see. All those who want 6 months, stand up. 6 months.
SO 46.2 makes provision for abstention, so a good number of them are still.
No, I am sure if we have a secret ballot, we will know whether or not they want to support me or they want to support us because we are together.
Chairman, 12 months, they are poor. We will go for 76 again.
Honorable member, leaders.
That's another NIV that I was expecting to support me.
I just did a test case. For you to know that your argument is in futility. I just did a test case for you to know that your argument is in futility. So instead of wasting time on this particular matter, let's move on.
No, let's take a beat.
I'll take a beat.
Let's take a beat because we don't have full house. Mr. Chairman, we don't have full house. Let's take a beat. Mr. Chairman, let's take a beat on this because we don't have full house.
Yes, proceed.
Yes, to me, I think it is very unfair. Officers to be limited
from contesting for members of parliament also. I want us to cascade it a little further. There are public officials who are also contesting for flag bearership in their political party that are using public resources to campaign, to go to prison. So also, if anybody wants to contest for flag bearer in his political party, must decide on those who want to be
Yes, Mr. Minister, proceed.
Mr. Chairman, the 1991 Constitution is clear over the use of state resources for political gains. That is why the one-year ban was made for civil servants and people working for government. And these are people who are under instructions. They are not necessarily earning the institutions and the resources. They don't have total control over resources. But what the leader is saying, we are talking about commissioners, we are talking about ministers, people who carry total responsibility, and they move place to place using their authorities to gain their own individual and desire for president. Mr. Speaker, if we are divine teachers who are paid 2,000 euros, if we are divine ordinary a civil servant who are paid 1,500,000, who do not have, they don't use fuel, they don't have government vehicles, they don't stay in government quarters, I think it is more fitting for the safeguard of state resources we extend it to the presidency.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I feel we are about to set the very bad precedent. Mr. Chairman, when we are doing constitution and we are voting, the vote is simple majority. And I believe when you pose the question for the 1 year and 6 months, there was a vote. So if you come back to that one, you stick a pin to me.
No, we are not sticking a pin, we are done with that.
Thank you. So which stands? Mr. Chairman, no, there was no ruling. No, there was no ruling on the vote. Mr. Chairman, Mr. Chairman, in fact, the argument for protecting the use of state resources really supports the higher position that persons working below a particular grade, who in fact will not have access to state resources beyond their salaries, be excluded from this. Mr. Minister, the judge has ruled. The judge has ruled. The president has ruled.
Mr. Minister, maintain the law as it is. Honorable members, at this stage, I recognize the presence of the chairman of the LCPP. I also recognize the presence of the chairman of APC, Ambassador Usman Lekauska. I recognize the presence of the Deputy Minister of Mines, who was the Secretary General of the SLP. recognize the presence of the Secretary General of APC, Mr. Lanza. I recognize the presence of the principal executive advisor to His Excellency the President of Public Service, Dr. Emmanuel Gaima. I also recognize the presence of the Deputy Mayor of Freetown, Mr. Kukulis. I recognize the presence of a very powerful female former Member of Parliament who also doubles as